Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you're having an absolutely top tier day. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Ting-Lu EX as our first Pokemon that we're looking at from the Paldea Evolved set. The main reason I wanted to look at this is because Ting-Lu is a great card to counter the meta, considering there are a lot of Pokemon with abilities that they rely on, and Ting-Lu shuts those bad boys down. So that's the main reason I want to take a look at Ting-Lu. It is massive at 240 hit points. It is a big boy. And the Curse Land ability says as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's Pokemon in play that have damage counters have no abilities except for Pokemon EX. So this deck centers around spreading damage around the board and leaving Ting-Lu in the active so your opponent has no abilities, and then you just chip away at them. And it is so good at that. The Land Scoop attack, of course, synergizes with the ability 150 for 3 and put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Remember, this is damage counters, not damage, so it goes through Manaphy, which is so good. Now, its attack cost is pretty hefty at triple fighting, which is why we play Koraidon EX. Koraidon EX came out in the Scarlet Violet base set and saw practically no play. But now that Ting-Lu is out, Koraidon has a reason to shine, because Dino Cry allows you to accelerate 2 basic fighting energy from your discard pile onto one of your basic fighting Pokemon in any way you like. So it's a great way to help you power up your Ting-Lu. It's also a great way to help power up Koraidon, because Koraidon does 220 damage. It swings a lot harder than the Ting-Lu, so it's a fantastic backup attacker for this deck. So the deck synergizes around putting damage on board and discarding lots of cards. A great way we can discard cards is with the new Squawkabilly EX with this Squawkability, as I like to call it. If this card is on your bench, you can discard your hand and draw 6 cards. It is effectively Decklist GX, but you can only use it on your first turn of the game. But it's a really powerful card to help you get your board set up, and I am really obsessed with Squawkabilly. I am playing this card in every single deck right now. We also have a lot of amazing cards like Hawlucha, which when you play it from your hand to your bench, pings damage counters on the bench, which makes it easy to spread those damage counters so you don't have to only rely on Ting-Lu to spread damage and shut off abilities. We also have Spiritomb, another new addition from Paldea Evolves, that says as long as it's in play, basic Pokemon V have no abilities. Doesn't affect us, we don't play any of these. So, really cool card here, as well as Alakazam. It allows us to move our damage counters around the board as we see fit so we can lock abilities however we want. Now, we have a lot of draw in this deck. We have cards like Gutsy Pickaxe, which just allows us to straight draw a card if we have a Pokemon on the bench, and if it's a fighting energy that we draw, we get to accelerate it. Now, I don't rely on Gutsy Pickaxe for energy acceleration, but if you hit every here and there, it is really nice to help power up your follow-up attackers. We also have Trekking Shoes as another way to dig through our deck and get our fighting energy in the discard pile for Koraidon, as well as just a great way to dig through our deck. We've got other switching cards like Switch Cart and Escape Rope for our mobility, as well as Nest Ball and Ultra Ball to help us find our Pokemon. My stadium of choice in this deck is Dyna Tree Hill. Now, oftentimes I see people playing Gapejaw Bog, and I've never found Bog to be effective enough, considering Battle VIP Pass and Nest Ball are some of the best cards to set up your board right now, and those bench directly from your deck. Gapejaw Bog only activates if they bench Pokemon from their hand to place the damage counters on them, so it's practically useless most of the time. So I play Dyna Tree Hill so your opponent's Pokemon cannot be healed. It's a great way to stop them from moving the damage counters so that they can stay ability locked. The supporter lineup is fairly straightforward. We're playing 2 Boss for Gusting cards, 2 Judge for Disruption, as well as 2 of the new Iono cards. This card is amazing. It's essentially like Marnie and N all in the same card. Both players shuffle their hand, put it to the bottom of their deck, and draw cards equal to their prize cards. So this is a great card in the early game so we can see more cards in the early game, but it's a powerful card in the late game for disrupting our opponent and putting their hand to the bottom and giving them low hand size. We also play 4 Research because, like I said, we want to dig, baby, dig through the deck, as well as another new addition, Bravery Charm. I know there's a lot to talk about in this intro, but there's a lot of brand new cards. Bravery Charm says the basic Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 50 hit points. This is amazing because our entire deck is basic focus. We play only basic Pokemon. So the Bravery Charm is a great way to beef up Pokemon like Ting-Lu to 290 hit points. We also have an EXP share to help chain our attackers and 13 energy to round out the list. If you do like this video today, don't forget to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I still have so much more content coming at your guys' way now that Paldea Evolves is finally here. Let's get into some games. So if you guys do like the deck list today, I will have it down in the description below. You can just copy it, import it right into PTCGL, and then you will be all set for success. I did make one change, by the way, from the intro to now, is I added Battle VIP passes over Nest Ball. I realized in any situation I would want a Nest Ball, I would also probably just want Battle VIP Pass. So I'm on the Battle VIP Pass kick. I think Battle VIP Pass is just so good, and you have a really high chance of drawing into it, not just because you're opening hands, but also Squawkabilly right here is an amazing way to help you dig for those Battle VIP passes. So our hand is looking really solid, and we're playing against. This is another great reason to play Ting-Lu, guys. You have amazing cards like Koraidon, Miraidon, which sees a decent amount of play in the current format. Draw. Ooh, oh my gosh, guys, it's so broken. Because Miraidon is so powerful, a lot of people play Miraidon. So, we can shut off these Miraidon's abilities as well. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Or not the Miraidon, the Aleki's abilities. But because Miraidon is such a popular deck as well, I mean, look at how powerful. Gosh, Squawkabilly is so good. You hit the deck for weakness, and we rip a Battle VIP Pass. Sweet mother of God, this deck is absolutely busted. This deck is so good. I think I go. Ooh, yo, let's go. You gotta grab the shiny Moose. Moose and Alakazam, right? So you go Moose, Zam. Yeah, that's so busted. Yeah, I think that's great. We can go here, so I can move damage counters however I please. That bench space is open for Hawlucha to start pinging damage as well, which is so good. We can Dino Cry and accelerate 2 energy. I go 1 here, and I think I power up my backup Moose, right? Backup Moose is good. Yeah, we'll go like this, because next turn I just need 1 energy attachment and I'm all good to go. If I get like Iono'd or Judged, I have so much energy in this deck, odds are I'm 100% going to be drawing into it. And my opponent opens Battle VIP Pass. Very interesting that they're electing to play Battle VIP Pass in their deck with Miraidon. They don't even grab Miraidon. Interesting. Are they not playing Miraidon? What? Ooh, my opponent does get energy. I gotta be honest, they could swing into me, but they're never getting a knockout. That's what's really amazing about Ting-Lu, is it has 240 hit points. It makes it practically impossible to knock out on these opening turns. If I have a full bench and they have a full bench, Raikou's max damage is 220. That's it. So it's never knocking out my Ting-Lu. My opponent's playing a very questionable electric deck. Regardless, I think I have chosen to win right now, because I can just go Hawlucha and ping 10 damage on both of their Alekis. So now their Alekis have no abilities, so they can't boost their own damage. That's ridiculous. And then I'm going to gust out this Raikou, and I'm going to absolutely fry it. And we're going to go 300 damage, land scoop, take the knockout, and continue to place damage counters. I mean, at this point, because of weakness, I now one-shot both Alekis, because Aleki VMAX has 310 hit points, and I do 150 times 2 is 300, so the 10 from the Lucha is actually so relevant to allowing us to one-shot the Alekis. That is so good. I'm obsessed, guys. You can switching bolt all you want. Yeah, I mean, they have no abilities. They can't one-shot me with this build right now. That's so crazy. Yeah, that's right. Scoop the game, baby. Let's absolutely go. Alright, let's get it, guys. I love this deck. It's my favorite. It's probably, at this point, it's kind of growing on me. It's really becoming one of my favorite Ruin Pokemon. If you guys don't know what the Ruin Pokemon are, that's the classification of these mythical Pokemon like Chen-Pao, Chi-Yu, Ting-Lu, and Wo-Chin. So that's what they're called in the video game. We are going to go first, so that's really awesome. Our opponent is playing a Water Box, so maybe we're hitting Chen-Pao, guys. This deck does a really solid into Chen-Pao because we can shut off the likes of their Excaliburs, which is amazing. It does look like it is Chen-Pao. Let's see what we can do here, guys. We open Battle VIP Pass. I mean, this hand is looking really, really solid here. All right, they have a lot of Pokemon Ripborn ready to go. We get an extra card, which is nice. I don't like to see another research, though. Interesting. Okay, my opponent has a Miltank in their list. Very spicy. We're definitely going to start with the Battle VIP Pass. We have our Moose. We have our Squawkabilly. We're off to a really solid start. I know I don't like discarding these researches, but I kind of want to just dig into my deck. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So, let's see. We'll go here. I'm going to Ultra Ball. I'll get rid of this plus a research since I'm already knowing that I'm going to discard this hand anyway off the Squawkabilly. I would go like this, bench the Koraidon, and then Escape Rope, and force in one of his other Pokemon, and that way I can switch into my Ting-Lu. So, Ting-Lu is in the active spot, Ripborn ready to go. I am going to just rip the Squawkabilly, and then I can use Dino Cry to accelerate energy, man. Really, really solid combo. Wow, look at all of these cards. This Trekking Shoes. Do I want it? I think I do. That can definitely help me see extra cards. Let's Gutsy Pickaxe. Let's see what we get here. Another Koraidon. An easy discard, honestly. I can go like this, discard those two, and get another Ting-Lu in play. Definitely like to see it. Bam. I can Gutsy Pickaxe as well. Yo, I hit! That's actually awesome. What the heck? We can attach here, and then Dino Cry. Really, really busted. That way I can go one energy here and one energy here. So if my opponent like escape ropes or does any shenanigans like that, I can go back into my next Ting-Lu, and this Ting-Lu is still ready to attack. Now I could have also technically powered up my Koraidon, and Koraidon can one-shot my opponent's Chen-Pao. But I'm not gonna lie, I really want to put an emphasis on Ting-Lu so I can showcase how strong it is at shutting off my opponent's abilities. My opponent is putting a lot of powerful stuff into play. They're Fritchie-backs, they're Bidoof, but once these things have damage counters on them, they're gonna do less than nothing. Although the Starmie is actually pretty dang scary, because it's doing 200 damage right now, which is actually really crazy. But let's see what we can do here, guys. And that's a pass from my opponent. Nothing too crazy this turn. We get Dynatree Hill. Not amazing. But I do get a prize card here, so I can always go like this, and then I can Land Scoop. So I take a knockout here on my opponent's active Pokemon, and my opponent only has one Fritchie-backs, which means they're not getting a Excalibur this turn. That is absolutely phenomenal. And we get another Dynatree Hill off the prize cards. Really, game? Really? You're gonna do me dirty like that? That's okay. I mean, they got a B-Barrel. They can use B-Barrel, but they can't use Excalibur. I mean, they could if they use Boss's orders, right? But I'm gonna safely assume they don't have Boss's orders in their hand, right? Especially as they go for an Iono. So even if they escape rope, we just feed them our Ting-Lu, and we're kind of we're big chillin', guys. We are big chillin'. Shivery Chill, but they can only do one attach per turn. I mean, unless they Melanie, but they can't Melanie to the Chen-Pao, so Chen-Pao can't attack. So, love to see it. Love to see it. I could also potentially start gusting in the... I could potentially gust in the likes of the Starmie and start smacking it. Because I do, what, 150? Next turn, 60, 70. I could potentially start doing some nasty stuff there. It has free retreat, but over the course of 2 turns, I could actually knock it out, right? I actually kind of like this play. Do I want to put this extra energy in play? I don't, right? Because this Starmie is currently doing 150. Yeah, I'm not even going to put this energy in play quite yet. And I'm just going to Land Scoop here. deal some damage to the Starmie, and I'm going to put 20 damage on my opponent's benched B-Barrel, so now they cannot use B-Barrel. You love to see it, guys. It's so good. It's so powerful here. Yes, my opponent can use their Chen-Paos, but after that, not really much else they can do. And, I mean, I'm going to start Grab Rare Candy Excalibur. You won't be able to use it. Do it. Irida means they're not playing the boss's orders this turn. They grab her Candy Excalibur, but they're about to be severely disappointed if they don't know what Ting-Lu does. Oh my gosh, guys, it's so good. It's so good. Everyone is playing Chen-Pao right now because it's a free ladder deck, or it's a free ladder reward, and Ting-Lu really puts in mad work against this deck, guys. I'm telling you. There's an attach return. I mean, yeah, go ahead and retreat. I really like this play because next turn, not this turn, but next turn, I'll be able to take a 4-prize turn, guys. That's really crazy. I mean, yeah, Shivery Chill. Thin your deck out some more. Do it. Now, of course, they could potentially go like Boss's Order Super Cold. That would be kind of scary. But at that point, I mean, I think we're in such a solid spot right now. My opponent's sad faces as they realize they can't use their ability. Yup. I love it, guys. This deck is so cracked. Plus, look at this HP, guys. 290? That's a basic Pokemon with 290 hit points. Go ahead and Hail Blade. Now I can start attaching energy because my opponent will knock me out regardless the next turn. Yup. Okay, what do we draw? Battle VIP Pass. That's an easy discard for us, which is nice. I can always use Alakazam to move 2 damage counter. Ooh, I could take 2 prize cards this turn. Right? Because I put the Hawlucha down, I grab Alakazam, so I can always go... I don't really need this next Lucha, right? I just go like this? I really don't. I can grab the Zam. I can actually knock out the Starmie this turn, so I don't have to worry about it. And I can also potentially deny my opponent prize cards as well. That's really dang busted. So I can go Painful Spoons here. Yeah. This is the way, guys. And then I'll move the 2 damage counters onto it. Yes. And then I switch out to deny my opponent the 2 prize cards if they even have a way to attack me. Heal a little bit. Then I'm going to do an attach for turn, and then we're going to, we're going to Land Scoop. And we're going to take 2 prize cards this turn. Yes, they can use their B-Barrel, but look at their hand size. They're not going to really be able to utilize it here. And we get 2 prize cards. This is why I'm telling you guys, oh, double Moose, sure. This is why the Painful Spoons Alakazam is so good in this deck. This right here. This is why at first I was like, Greninja, Alakazam. You want the energy in the discard pile for Greninja. But Alakazam provides so much utility for this exact scenario, right? It's just so powerful. They are going to Iono, so it looks like they might be able to have access to their B-Barrel. My hand wasn't great anyway. I get a Boss's Orders off their Iono. Let's go! Oh my gosh, yeah, because I take 2 prize cards this next turn, and I just start setting up numbers elsewhere. I mean, Iono means they're not using Boss, which means they can't use Super Cold this turn from the Excalibur. They can use Lumineon all they want, that's fine, but they can't use that supporter. Or they can't use a supporter. Ooh, wait, hold on, guys. They grab Boss. Wait, guys, hold on. What if I can actually take a knockout this turn on that benched Lumineon? Yo, Bubba busted? Do I want to do that though? Because I can move 2 damage counters off the active Pokemon onto that, boss it out, and take 2 prize cards. But then my opponent goes into the Chen-Pao, right? I think that's fine. Yo, hit energy. Oh my gosh, guys! This is broken! Because that means if my opponent goes into us with the clean Chen-Pao, we should, in theory, be able to knock him out with this Koraidon. Yo, guys, we have the absolute sauce right now. Oh my gosh. Because we Painful Spoons here. I move the damage right here onto the Lumineon. Yo, I'm 300 IQ, guys, right now. I am so big brain. I am making insane plays right now. I don't need to put out the Dyna Tree Hill, I don't think. And then I just land scoop for knockout. And take 2 prize cards. Yo, guys, it's so good. Where do I put the damage counters, though? I don't think it matters, right? Either way, like, Ting-Lu knocks out all of this stuff. I just put it on B-Barrel to shut off the ability. So busted, guys. Absolutely busted. And all I need is, oh, we get shoes so we can draw some extra cards this turn. Wow. I mean, yes, they can attack us with this fresh Chen-Pao, right? Which is what I was initially concerned about. But because we hit energy off that Gutsy Pickaxe, I'm not concerned because all I need is 1 energy to knock them out with Koraidon. So, and my opponent hasn't even... Why am I worried? My opponent hasn't even taken a prize card yet. We have absolutely denied my opponent from doing anything with their Baxcalibur. I mean, they just made it easy for me. They just gusted me out. So they can use Super Cold now. So it can get a bit scary because my opponent is... Oh my gosh, wow, that's a lot of energy, my friend. Wow. So my opponent's making a big misplay here, guys, and let's learn from this mistake. My opponent is accelerating energy onto the Chen-Pao. Now, if you read Chen-Pao's ability, it says you can discard any amount of water energy from your Pokemon, not this Pokemon. So if he spreads his energy around to his other Chen-Pao and his Baxcaliburs and other stuff like that, he can more easily discard. So he needs to not load up this active Chen-Pao. There we go. He is accelerating to the bench, but he can only put 2 energy on this Chen-Pao, and he would be A-okay. My opponent really is about to have a crazy pop-off turn, but I think it's just a little bit too late. I know we are losing our Koraidon, but I think we're still in a business to win this game. We are down our 2 bosses' orders, so we can't ever gust for game. But because my opponent hasn't taken a prize card yet, because we've successfully denied them from accelerating energy onto their Chen-Paos, we are still in a favorable enough prize race to take the game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, sure. Get out of here. That's a lot of damage right there. But they will have to extend a lot now. Because my Ting-Lu is about to go in the active. Because they're about to face down my Ting-Lu, guys. Iono is a great way to potentially disrupt them here. We can go Trekking Shoes. Do I want that? I kind of do. I kind of want to attach it so my opponent can't, like, potentially boss trap me. Now, I can potentially move damage onto the active with that, but it doesn't really matter. I can always I can always throw that out. And then Iono. Iono myself to 1, but it's not like my hand's any better anyway, right? I just have a Spiritomb. Let's just see a different card. Switch Cart's great! A switching option, just in case I get trapped. So, Painful Spoons, I can move at least over the active, potentially. I don't think it ever matters enough. So I can go Painful Spoons. But I don't need the damage on the Chen-Pao, right? I just don't. I knock out this, I knock out this. So yeah, it's just better to move the damage here, just in case. And then I can land scoop and smack this guy for a 2-hit KO. And I put the 20. Let's just keep chipping down this Chen-Pao, right? Because the damage everywhere else doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it ever matters elsewhere, so... I mean, like I said, this Chen-Pao deck had a really crazy pop-off turn, and it almost put them back in the game had I not been fully set up. But this deck is a little slow, but that's what it thrives on, you know? If they get down a Paldea, if they get down anything, it just seems a little bit too late. They fail the Nest Ball, double Nest Ball. I mean, they can't use B-Barrel unless they have a Gusting card in their hand. Paldea can come down. That is A-okay. Double Paldea? Sure. You still can't B-Barrel. And you don't knock me out because I have the Bravery Charm on. You have to retreat. If you don't, you lose the game this next turn. They Shivery Chilled in their deck out. How much more energy do they even have? Yeah, they don't have any. I'm like, no. They've got 4, 5, 6. They've got 8, so they could have had more. They only play 8 energy? That's not a lot, I feel like. I feel like I'd want to play a couple more. Maybe at least 1 more, right? What do I know, though? Yeah, I mean, my opponent only does 240 here. Literally, the Bravery Charm stops them from knocking us out. It is so busted. So busted, and we have the fresh Ting-Lu to attack with. I am absolutely loving it. I am a little scared, though, because if they get these Pokéas evolved, they can accelerate energy. They have an Escape Rope. Ooh, this is not great, right? This is not good at all. I mean, yeah, I have to feed them Ting-Lu. My goodness, my opponent is just having the Gnar. But if they go into this, I win the game. Gosh. I mean, my opponent is actually doing a great job about putting themselves in the game and potentially catching back up, but I think it's a little too late, man. Goes to show you how powerful Chen-Pao is, though, that it needs one turn to put itself in a commanding position to just win the game. Because my opponent takes 2 prize cards here, right? They go down to 2 left. If they get a V-Star in play or anything like that, they could potentially win next turn, especially with Super Cold. Or superior energy retrieval. But Ting-Lu is here. Ting-Lu is top tier. It does not matter. We are all kind of set for success here. We just land scoop, knockout, take our final prize card, and that is game against Chen-Pao. Thumbs up to you as well, my friend. Oh, it won't let me thumbs up. Yeah, it does not matter. We can put it there. Thumbs up to you as well. What a crazy game. My opponent had I gotta be honest, when my opponent had that one pop-off turn, I was really, really scared. But because we were all set up, because we were able to buy so many turns, because we were denying them their abilities, it just worked out better for us in the end. Let's go, Ting-Lu. If you have made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. You're absolutely top tier. This is the point in the video where I typically give my closing thoughts on the deck. And I gotta be honest, I'm a huge fan of this deck, guys. There's a reason this is one of the first decks I chose to showcase on the channel, not only because it's a real big powerhouse, but it's so much fun to play. Spreading damage counters everywhere and ability locking your opponent it's really fun. I really like this deck because it's not just like, slapping down a path and ability locking. It's about managing your damage counters and knowing when they need to go and where, because this deck really has a big surprise factor. I don't think many people are prepared to play against this deck in the current format, and I think it can really take some easy dubs on some unsuspecting opponents. If you do like this video, don't forget to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I still have so much content coming to your guys' way now that Paldea Evolves is finally here. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.